quite a few issues here.
Okay, well, I think this is everybody who I have heard is going to be here. So I first of all want to thank you all for being here, taking time out. I know we're all really busy, so thank you for that. We are going to begin this meeting. It is 3:34, and this is the Florence Parks and Recreation Committee meeting. Okay, so thank you for being here. Today's purpose, you'll see it from the agenda. Let's just go over who's here. We have myself, City Councilwoman Elisa Dixon, Mayor Ron Tyler. Bill Jordan is not here today. On his behalf, we have Lee Peden, the Parks and Rec Superintendent, Councilwoman Chapel King, Councilman Thomas Spence, Amy Edwards, Community Programs Manager, and Eric Murphy, Golf Shop Manager. Those are who is here. And our objectives today are to discuss the proposed updates to the departmental fee structures, and also hopefully, if we have time, receive some status reports on the Park. So, and that will be by week. But the first thing I want to say is, after spending, we were handed these notebooks at our last meeting and really didn't have time to internalize it and suck it all in, and a lot of work went into all of this, a lot of work. And so I first just want to tell you how much I appreciate the work that you put in doing this, and helping us understand what your needs are in each of your areas. And hopefully today we can kind of come up with some numbers for the fee schedules that we can move forward to the city council. That's my hope today. And one of the things I just wanted to say for myself is that as I was going through these, and as we had discussed them before, we had talked about doing a rate change. Let's just say, for example, the rec center fee increase, and it didn't seem like a lot until I realized that was like an hourly. So, for example, if right now it's at $20 an hour, and we and say they rent it for free. If you're doing a birthday party, they rent it for 3 hours for a birthday party, which sounds about normal, I think. That's $60. But if we jump it up to double that, then we're at $120 for that. And my fear is, and what I don't want to have happen is, I don't want the citizens of the city to no longer be able to afford to use the facilities. So I'm very mindful of that as we move forward. I want to make sure that each department is receiving what they need to keep things where they can keep maintaining things, that they can still have the employees there to fulfill the needs, but also make sure we're very mindful of those that will be renting the facility. Because I know when I had young kids, if something went from $60 for a birthday party to $120, that would have completely priced me out of it completely. And those that have winter birthdays just don't have the ability to have backyard birthday parties. So that's where I sit at this point. So let's just start off. Mayor, do you have anything you want to add to this before we get started and dive into it?
Not at this point, no.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think we all want to gauge where everybody's at
Yeah.
and answer questions more than anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll go ahead and just jump into this, and let's go to our recreation center fees. And I brought that. I think you guys have fees.
Yeah.
So we will start with the rec center fees, and I mean, is that part of you also? Yeah, I figured so. Okay, so currently the rates are at $20 an hour, and then you have some minimums here. Saturdays are a 2-hour minimum, Sundays are a 3-hour minimum, and then you have the rental times and stuff. That's not changing, right? The times that things will be able to be rented. Okay. So your proposed rate was to go up to $30 an hour, or your option 2 was to increase it to the $40, which again, to me, that might price people out of the ability to use it. So discussion. Anybody have any? Do you want to add to anything to that? explain, whatever, just
Yeah, okay,
share.
so where we got that rate, of course, was based on what everybody else is doing. It really, we didn't just pull it,
Right.
you know. So, you can look down, on the page, I think you have a page behind that.
Yep.
Right there, yeah. And it would still show us being just where everybody else is, you know, at the 40. But, I mean, we're good with going 30, we're good with anything. So any increase would help us out a lot. Some of the expenses that are not like to really discuss there would be like our tables. I pulled that, and just this year alone in our budget, and just on the rec side, we're gonna spend $2,600 in broken tables. Which we provide, so a lot of these places, I'm sure the rec centers provide it, but if you went to, rent another space like, Picket, on Court, or any of those, what's the brick and ivy?
Yeah.
You have to pay for tables and chairs, you don't just get those, you have to pay to rent those. You don't have to pay to rent those with us, we just provide those, so, that was another just, you know, thing. And then another expense we have this year in our budget is replacing the stove. You get a kitchen also, you get kitchen and ice
With all rec centers.
with all rec centers.
Okay. All right, so,
So if you have stuff to go in a refrigerator, there's a refrigerator in there. If you have stuff that needs to be heated, there's a stove in there. There's serving space, like on countertops in there, so that doesn't cut in your room. You know, you can go in the kitchen, fix your plate, do your thing, and then go to your room, and it's for activities or whatever.
one thing I do want to say about this is I actually never considered the ability to even rent out a rec center space. I don't know why it never dawned on me that that was even available.
I
but-
thought of that myself just not too long ago, and we did a flyer for Royal and put it on Facebook with
Yeah.
rental prices and what was offering amenities and that kind of thing. We have plans to do it for all the rec centers,
Good.
but we just started with Royal.
Yeah, that's great, because I think if more people knew about it, because I have this right here that talks about how often each center got rented.
That was good
This was
information.
really good information. And, I mean, look at Handy. Handy had almost
As much.
as everywhere
Yeah,
else,
I
and
noticed
we
that
didn't
too.
have the first 5 months. So I'm excited to hear that Handy is really being utilized, and I'm excited to see what these numbers will be this next year. And I would love to see, like you were saying, more awareness brought to the availability of them, and see if we can kind of boost these numbers and serve the city a little better, communities. So, okay, so.
And this is great information, and I hope this is something we can continue to do.
Sure.
In keeping up with data, whether they ran it or whether they not, so that as we go through these 4 years, that we can look at pricing, we can look at things and see how the availability. And that, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's across the board with all of it. I think the more that we can produce and we can put in front of people, that they see this
I agree.
and what you're doing, I think the support's there, so.
And you know, for the most part on these rentals, I mean, you know, you see 4, I wanna say that the majority of these are done on the weekends. So that's probably 2 on
Yeah.
Saturday, 2 on Sunday, you know. You know, when you start, or, well, that was for the month, so that wouldn't be the case there, but I mean, it's, a lot of times they're doing 2 a day, you know.
And I
on
think
Saturdays.
advertising, being it on the city
Yeah.
Facebook page, being it in the newsletter, letting people know that these spaces are available for parties,
Sure.
showing photos. I think that that'll increase these numbers too.
Yeah.
We have it pinned at the top of Parks and Rec on Facebook, so when you come on, it's right there.
Oh, good.
And y'all do a
Just
great
Royal.
job.
Yeah.
Y'all do a great job.
Okay, so where do we feel comfortable with this increase going on our rec center rate? Do
As far
we-
as us, we're good with it.
You're good, you're happy with
And
that?
if you guys wanna stay there, stay where you are,
Currently,
that's,
what, 20?
We're at 20. that's what y'all want, choose to
Sheffield,
do.
50, is that right? What's the Sheffield, what's that, the Sheffield Rec Center? That's what I was looking at.
Sheffield is 50 an hour.
They're probably, their median income's probably lower than ours.
Oh, absolutely. Don't they have one room and then they have a curtain that they pull
So
between?
this is not, this is not the place for the pool or anything like that. It's just it's like a rec center. I mean, it's a basketball gym or.
No,
It is,
it's where
it
their
is
pool's
where
at.
their pool
It is,
is.
do they get the pool
I don't
with
think
that
they have
too?
another rec center, do they?
Okay.
I think that's
No.
all, no, you don't get the pool with
You don't get
that.
the pool, okay.
This is just a social, it's just a
Okay,
social
the
room
room,
over
I
there.
got you.
Yeah, and it does have the kitchen and holds up to 60 people, so that's Sheffield. Let me just read some of these.
You know, the Sheffield, I mean, as far as, like I said, the median income, I don't know how often theirs are. We don't have the, I didn't think to reach out and try to find out what their comparison data was to see if.
How much they were making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Russellville has 2 rooms, one goes for 20 an hour, the other goes for 50 an hour. One has a kitchen, obviously the one with the kitchen is the $50. Muscle Shoals, 30 and 40, Tuscumbia, 40 and 25. So,
And they're, like Tuscumbia, the 25, they only hold 40, 45
Yeah.
people. Yeah, it's pretty small.
So let me ask you this, can somebody from another city or county come and rent? Okay.
We don't check that.
so what, do we have a number that we feel comfortable with? I'm fine going up to $25 an hour. That still keeps us very much in the low range of where the surrounding ones are. And I don't think that outprices, I wouldn't think that, remind me when the last increase was?
Well, I looked back, we pulled some old records, and it looked like in 2008, it was discussed, but it doesn't look like it ever went before council.
So it's
I
been
didn't go that
So
far.
it's been this way since 2008.
20 years, wow.
Almost.
Wow.
Yeah,
Cost of living's gone up a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't think
I
it
know,
changed.
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, everything has gone up a little bit since then. Okay, all right.
And like I said, I didn't go so far to pull to see if it actually went to council, but I don't think it did. But I think that's what it is.
Do we want to go with that and then revisit it
The 25,
if needed?
I feel comfortable with 25, and I would like to hear if that's what the final decision is to see what that does for you. Was it enough? Was it not enough? Are you still able to cover what you're needing to in your budget with that increase?
I don't think any of these numbers we won't break even.
No.
We're losing
No.
money across the
So
whole.
Yes.
basically, this is a service we're providing to the city at the cost to the city.
No, we're losing money
Yeah.
each time. I mean, it's just
Every
an
time it
amenity
rents.
we're providing.
Every
We're
time
trying,
it
I think they're
rents.
trying to offset costs.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
trying to break even.
Yeah,
Well,
Which, that's not gonna happen, but we're just
Yeah,
trying to.
just
to
get
that point.
closer.
Yeah.
yeah.
Closer to breaking.
close the gap, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fair to say, I mean, since 2008 or whenever it was, the expenses are going up, revenue
I mean,
is not
Our,
going.
just in our recreation budget for the rec centers, I have more than this $2,000 that we made last year. So, way more.
So it's how far do y'all want to offset costs, I guess,
Right,
at
that's
the end of the
that.
day is, you know, we're just trying to help everybody's budget as close to, you know,
I
we'd love to
agree.
break even, but I don't even think we're close to breaking even with these numbers, so.
But we don't need to make it a culture shock either. To go up too high too quick.
Mr. Spence, do you have any ideas, thoughts with 5? Can we get 5?
Revisiting.
Okay, all right, we have a motion then to move. Any other fees that would go into rec center before we?
I make a motion to,
Second.
accept the 25, move that, for the rec centers and move that to, full council.
Yeah.
vote.
Let's do that and revisit. Let's give it a
Yes.
We're good.
If we need to revisit that, then we'll.
I think revisiting it in a few months will be a good idea, but I don't,
Just to see where the numbers
just see where the
are.
numbers are, and then I, see if these numbers drop, if they're gonna go, it'll be hard to know
Right.
because we're gonna be pushing advertising more, so hopefully they'll go up so you first, you motion? motion? Yes? Yeah. And you second? And then, you know, if we need to do another change next year, I know that we had talked about maybe doing it in a tier, but I think I would feel more comfortable just revisiting it every year and see where our numbers are and see what the usage is and that sort of thing, so, okay. Good, moving on. Park rental fees, we are actually not doing because that was already done. So, cross that one off. That was done. Parks, yeah, that was,
Because there
yes,
was,
that was done.
what was that now?
Was
It
that
was
done like
recent.
a year ago?
A year or so
It's been a
ago.
couple of years, I think, yeah. It
That's
probably does
when
need to be
they-
readdressed at some point, but.
Okay, but that, there wasn't anything presented to us. Careful with that. That is off. Okay, Coliseum.
Okay.
I did have, and that's you again. I did have one question about Coliseum when I looked at this.
Did y'all get this, the information that you'd asked for? I didn't make a copy.
Did
You
you
had
get
asked how
this?
many out of town and how much.
Oh, let me look at this one.
I'm sorry.
That's
I thought
okay.
you guys had it.
Maybe we
I think we did.
Yeah.
maybe just a little different or something.
This is to date, obviously, so our numbers are.
And we have booked, we made we made at least 2 or 3 bookings since our last meeting for 26.
Okay.
So,
So where are you, like, 426 with that, you think?
we're
Pretty
probably-
solid.
Yeah, we're very solid.
Okay.
We're very tight in March, I can tell you that.
Are there proms and things still looking and all that?
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
I had one question because on the rate changes here, I'm only seeing schools and nonprofits.
That's the current rate.
The current and then over here, but are we wanting to change it for just the general public rate, or that's staying the same and you're only wanting to change it for these? Okay, so only change it for these. What is the current?
Current rate is
Rate.
$1,200.
That's staying.
No change. Currently, when we rent to a nonprofit, if they rent 2 days, we lose $32. Well, we lose more than that because the electricity and all that, but we lose $32 just on our employee working. That second day, we pay out more. So on a nonprofit, the first day rental is $400, the second day rental is $200. So when they pay that $200 the second day, we pay an employee there $232 for that day. We don't even, like, we lose money on that second day, just in wages. Doesn't include any other expenses of the Coliseum.
Okay.
Can you kind of give a description of what that employee does? Because I know it's a lot.
Yeah, the
That's my
employee that's
understanding.
there, I mean, they're there, you know, if anything should go on, they call us and then we're there, I mean, William or myself.
Yeah.
So, you know, if anything is, you know, if a commode doesn't flush, if the other day the sink was, the drain was messed up, it was draining on the floor, you know, so it varies all the time.
Change trash bags, and that's just whatever.
It's just
That's
whatever,
what
yeah,
they
that,
do.
the employees do the trash
Bathroom,
bags,
yeah.
they do the bathrooms, they maintain, they go through it, you know, check that. Make sure the doors are unlocked and locked when.
Were y'all aware of
leaving,
that?
We don't
Clean
give
it up.
keys.
I didn't know if y'all were aware of that. They
They
do
don't.
the cleanup and
They
everything.
do the cleanup.
They
Set up.
do pick up, our maintenance does true cleaning, they do, you know, like, they pick up out of the bleachers if there's garbage in the bleachers, you know, that kind of thing. We have maintenance there that does, like, the big setups, when you have 400 chairs that come out there. Hey, you have a 700-800 people riddle, you've got tables and chairs and all that that has to be set up. So we have maintenance that does that. But, They make sure the garbage is out, and make sure, the building is secure, everybody's there, they're there before the rental people, before the folks get there to unlock the building and have the lights on and have the heating and cooling adjusted, so, somebody's not burning up, but, it's like that. So anything that the renter needs, they go to the office and ask, and they take care of.
Okay. Okay, so knowing that, anything else you want to add to that?
I think so.
I mean, you did so much work. Again, she has comparisons on the back here, so, right now, it's at $400 with $200 for each additional day and a refundable $400 deposit. I was making sure I said refundable, $400 damage deposit, so, there's no they can rent it for just one day, but it's
That's the
many other
minimum.
days.
That is the minimum. We
a
are
full
for the
day, a full day. So there's no like half day rentals, that's my question. Okay, so, the proposed is to go up to $600, which is a 50% increase, and then another $100 for each additional day, so it'd be $300. So 600 and 300 for both, that would be school affiliated organizations, any school?
Yes, that would be, that's the proms, that's what that is. And they will have no trouble paying that, they can't, I mean, they would probably pay the $1,200 but, they're not gonna have any trouble, they pay Party Pros, we see those invoices all the time, and they're $7,000 to decorate. So, they can pay $600 to rent the building.
Okay, all right. And then I think my other concern here is our nonprofit organizations. Can you give an example of some of the nonprofits?
Anything that has a 501c3.
Okay. What are ones in the past that have used them?
Handy is one, the Handy Festival. There's a cabaret that comes in and they do it. We have a church that comes in and uses it. Churches are all under that. Kiwanis falls under that. The vacate days.
Yeah.
So anything with a 501c3, and people, I mean, you really don't, when the rentals come in, sometimes you're kind of shocked that they have a 501c3, but they do. The Indian Festival, the IFCA, they have a 501c3. And they do,
Right.
Special Olympics that we're getting ready to host, we partner on that, so that's kind of a city partnership that we do with them, and they don't pay.
Okay. All right, so that's 100% increase there, so nonprofits right now are at 800. I'm sorry, they're at the 400, proposed to go up to the 800 in each additional.
Typically,
day.
these nonprofits sell tickets, and they make a good bit of money off of it. Like, I mean, they make a lot of money sometimes.
Except for maybe our churches.
Yeah, churches, yeah.
So I guess my concern with.
We just have one church that does that.
But the gospel, the Thanksgiving.
That gospel, yeah, that's a 501c3 too, and he makes a lot of money. It's $15 per person door, and it's about 8 people. Makes a lot of money off of a $400 rental.
Yeah. So I guess I'm a little bit more mindful about the nonprofit organizations and want to make sure that they're still able to use it. That's why I asked like about the charging the tickets in the churches and whatnot. So,
We could put the churches up with the school if we wanted to do that. Churches and schools get $600 rate instead of. It is very
What if we just did
simple.
one rate for everybody? It's fine, just a rate increase, but just make it the same.
for nonprofit at school.
it's really simple to get a 501c3. It's very simple to get that.
That'd be terrible.
What do other places our size do?
It's simple, but it does, I mean, it's thousands now. It's, as we
You
just
did?
got, yeah, we just got
Really?
through doing one for the spay and neuter, and it took like nearly 8 months and quite a bit of money. They've gone up too,
Oh,
Yeah.
so.
Okay. So,
What was
somebody
it?
asked,
The other places do, but they do
Yes.
multiple rates.
No, they really don't. They don't have a nonprofit. I mean, I get a little frustrated with different rates because it costs us the same regardless of who's using it. You know, it costs us, we have the same amount of work, we have the same amount of,
Sometimes more.
a lot more sometimes because some of, it can be a mess sometimes, the Coliseum can. We've had a nonprofit that, it took us 3 days to clean up for them.
You kept that 400, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
Sure did.
Yes, sir, we did. I would have kept more if I'd had it. But, yeah,
all right, somebody asked where, some of the others are, and I don't have locations on here that,
William looked these up and he just didn't want to publicize their rates because some of them are not public online. You have to kind of go for them, so he
Okay.
didn't really want to
so we
say who they
have,
were. But these are all local.
yeah, so we have, one that's 5 to 800, that's for 5 to 6 hours.
See, and ours is from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Yeah,
So you got all day, so you don't have to rent additional time to decorate or additional time
Yeah.
to set up, because we've already set it up.
right.
So how many hours is that?
I don't know, but you can actually rent the Coliseum for less than a rec center.
That's what I
Same
was-
amount of time.
Okay.
Yes, for $400, yes.
So it'd be about, what, an 8-10 hour period? Most people would rent the Coliseum from what time?
It's a day rental, so you get it, it's
All day.
7, yeah,
Seven.
you get it all day, so from 7 to 12. So,
17 hours.
yeah.
No matter if you just gonna use it for a portion of it.
Right, just say decorating and you have a big event. 12 hours, that's $300. If you're, for the rec center, if you did that, so
Yeah,
that's $25. So if you double that, you $50 an hour if you're gonna.
go to 600. Okay. They also have on here, organization D is $650 a day, daily. Just says variable hours, and then another one, organization C is 1,600 to 3,500, which even our regular price. This
So
is
that's
just
the
their
13 hour.
regular, these are just regular rates, so these wouldn't be their rates based upon being a school or a nonprofit. So we don't know actually.
They
what
don't,
those
but they
would
don't
be.
offer those.
They don't offer it at all on any of these, okay.
I don't know, I feel bad at charging a nonprofit more money than you would a school.
Yeah.
No,
That's
it
where
seems-
I'm hung up too, is on the nonprofit.
I'm good
So
with either, I mean,
going up, what would it look like if we just stuck with the $600 and charged them the same amount? What would that look like for you?
that's good.
That's good?
Where do you get more? I mean, I don't know.
We get
probably
more
don't remember.
schools than we get
Yeah,
nonprofits.
okay.
You get more schools than that?
Probably.
Uh-huh.
Well, so it looks like this year we've got eight schools and 7 nonprofits. on the books
So
for
about
this
the
year.
same
So far, yeah.
What you thinking, Thomas?
I'm saying we leave it alone and revisit it later. Sorry, but I'm not saying.
You don't wanna make any changes right now?
I know.
I'm good with doing 600 on both.
I think I feel comfortable doing the 600 also. So I'm gonna motion to do one.
I'll second. Cause that's just, $50 an hour.
And
And
that's
that's a
to-
big facility with, if you use it for 12 hours, spend several decorating and several for an event. It's not a terrible price.
Alright, so we're gonna keep it the same, and you wanna keep the damage deposit the same? Yes.
Well, bush league, yeah.
Alright,
That is actually pretty effective. You wouldn't think that $400 would be as effective as it is. I mean, we do have some that leave a really big mess, but most of them do really well.
okay, thank you for that. Sure. Okay, moving on to golf fees. Okay, do you have some stuff for us?
Yeah,
I've been reading a lot today.
yeah. Well, I tried to clean up
So
that last sheet I gave you.
Okay.
Make it a little bit easier to follow, hopefully. Also called a couple,
I've got
You've
digital
got-
copies.
but not yet, that's a little bit different.
This is newer, okay.
I know there's a couple, at least I had one Excel formula that didn't cooperate. I think someone pointed that out. So it was a decrease instead of an increase on
Yeah,
one.
I saw that, I was like.
It's just, yeah, that was an Excel spreadsheet formula malfunction.
Operator error.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, I guess just to start off, did y'all just want to, because like we did on the, y'all just spoke about on the other scrap, doing the 3-year plan, and just focus on a 1 year?
Yes.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
feel most comfortable with that.
For sure, that's fine.
Just
So that makes that
readdressing.
part, easier, just focusing on the
Do
one.
you agree?
Yes.
Yes, and Chapel, you agree to just focus on one change now and not doing tiered? Okay, all right. Okay, you wanna explain stuff?
Yeah, on the daily rates, as far as non-pass holders, just you walk in the door and play, did y'all have any questions on, or concerns on that?
I did want to just clarify what per seat means up there, because I did have that question earlier today, and I wanna make sure that these two understand that means per person, basically,
It
so.
does, yeah,
right.
that comes up a lot. Basically, the way I explain it to people is you're not, when you come in and pay a cart fee, you're not paying for the cart, you're paying for the ability to ride. So it costs you, like for the current 9-hole rate, it costs you $10. So if you share the cart with somebody, you both pay $10, because it's $10 to ride, not $10 for the
For
cart.
the card, yeah.
And that's pretty common around most places. I think back in the day, it used to be a little bit different. They had different rates for splitting carts versus not splitting carts, but that, for the most part now, that's a thing of the past. When you see a price for the cart, that's how much each individual person has to pay, because you're paying to ride, not necessarily paying for the cart.
Okay, all right.
And I did have one thing on there that me and Mr. Dolan had discussed, and it kind of came up because I was looking through I went back and was trying to find all the ordinances for all the changes we've had in the past, and I sent something to Bill, and I think he sent it to y'all. They kind of broke down all the past, the rate changes in the past over the years.
Yes.
Okay. I told y'all last week, and I didn't like having the increase from the weekend rate. I looked in the back pages of that, has some course comparisons on some stuff.
The stuff you were just talking about.
The brand new thing I just
The
handed
brand
you.
new one?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry.
there's this.
Yeah. We're actually the only course that around here in all of like the 7 that I pulled that do not do that don't have a weekend rate.
Okay.
I want to know what y'all's opinion is. I still don't like changing the rate for the weekend personally. With the golf course open, our senior rate was weekday only. The senior rate was not extended to the weekend. It kind of ties in with what I talked about last meeting. Given I didn't want to price gouge the guys that only have, and gals, the only opportunity to play on the weekend. So if we limit the senior rate to the weekday, it might have them, instead of waiting till the weekend, if they have the opportunity to play during the week when the other guys wouldn't, it would open up more slots. Because it's a finite number of spots. Like, we can't have more tee times. We have a certain amount, and once they're taken up, they're taken up. So that was something I want to suggest. And part of the reason, like I said, when I found that when the golf course opened, that's how it was. I mean, that was the opening day flyer. It had senior rate only Monday through Thursday on there. So since we had a precedent at our golf course in the past, it made me feel comfortable to suggest or see where y'all were at on that.
Okay.
That was the rates when the golf course opened in 2001.
So my only thought about, so I want to make sure I understand this. The senior, you're wondering if we should have senior rates only be during weekdays?
Only Monday through Friday, correct.
And then the weekends, they would pay the
They would just pay the
normal
regular
amount,
rate, yes,
regular
ma'am.
rate.
And if you, in that packet I sent you, there's several golf courses that are that way, not all of them. Cross Creek and Coleman didn't have a senior rate on the weekend. Deer Run and Moulton did not have a senior rate on the weekend. Pickwick didn't. No, they didn't. Pickwick Landing did not have a senior rate on the weekend, from what I saw. So it's like half and half. But all those courses did have, and over, even if they did have a senior rate, it was higher on the weekend than during the week. And like I said, this is, I would say, less about trying to quote unquote punish anyone, but basically be trying to open up more tee times on the weekend, and hopefully shift the people that have more availability. And I know that's speaking very broadly,
Yeah.
but have them play more during the week, open the weekends up for the people that don't have the opportunity to play during the week. That's kind of the idea behind that
Yeah.
suggestion.
I understand that. I think one of my thoughts is when you get, grandpa wanting to take his grandson,
That
who can
happens.
only go on the weekends, I guess then he still just plays the weekend regular
Yeah, he would still be
price.
able to. It wouldn't be like a.
Right, they're
you
not,
can't play.
right, not, they're not.
How much is the difference between the senior price and the regular price?
$10. In the proposal, it's $10. It would be 40 versus 50.
I mean, I do like the weekend rate being the same.
The weekend rate being the same,
During the week.
and so no weekend rate basically.
And that's an anomaly. I mean, not having a weekend rate.
Right.
That's
It really
it.
is.
Most of them do charge
That, I mean,
premium
that
weekend
is leaving
rates.
money on the table, just being blatantly honest about it, it is.
Well, it's like hotels, if the weekend rate is more expensive.
Of course. What do you think, Thomas?
Golf seems a lot more complicated than the rest center. There's so
It's-
many more prices and.
Well, I mean, when we had 25,000 rounds, it was way less complicated. I mean, we're at 42,000, and you know what I mean, we're packed, like, the capacity is full, so that's kind of a,
I guess I'd like to ask, if somebody wanted to come in on current rates or whatever right now, especially the monthly fee, in their senior, are they grandfathered in? Or are they wanna have to wait for the new fees to go in
we're
place?
talking about like on a pass holder currently,
Pass holder.
we suspended selling you, we've been on a wait list for 10 months now. We capped it at 125 players. It got to the point where we had so many people on passes and it was trending up. Like they were coming in and signing up for pass without playing the golf course. That's not normal. So the tee sheet was getting full of people on a pass, and people that didn't have a pass never had a chance to play. It was the same, and like I said, our wait list is up to like 80-something people now. When we first started this process, we suspended all passes. So if you were on one that expired, we would continue month to month until we decided what we would do. We haven't sold a full year pass since November. But like right now, if you came in and you was brand new wanting a pass, I would say you're on a wait list. You would say, what number am I? I would say 90. How often do they come off? Never, because I mean, very rarely. I mean, we might, just at the price point that it's at currently, if they play 4 rounds of golf, they're in the good. And I mean, I think I looked earlier, our average member is playing 78 a year. So more than 78 rounds. So that's there. I mean, there's 6.5, 7 rounds a month. So they're 3 rounds to get. So basically, they're getting 3 rounds of golf for free.
Are most Do you know what your percentage of seniors is that play?
I can tell you just overall.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it, but I can get it real quick. My computer wakes up. Take a second for this report to load. Do you have anything else while I'm getting this loaded up?
I'll make a comment in this. I mean, it's, our regular taxpayer, whether they play golf or use a rec center or go to the pickleball and tennis, they pay a set rate that covers Parks and Rec. I think what we're trying to do, or what Parks and Rec is trying to do is assign a kind of a user fee for the people who are gonna utilize it and put more wear and tear on it and use it. They have to pay more, but understand it's, I mean, I guess I'm arguing for that we raise rates on more than we have. It's for everybody who uses it and we lose money on. All the taxpayers are subsidizing those users, the ones who are using this at a higher rate. I mean, they're all having to pay more, not using it at all. I mean, and so we're trying to pass more of the cost on to the person who's utilizing it. Still losing money, but when we don't make enough money and it costs us more to operate it, and we're not passing that on to the user, then, I mean, all of the collective taxpayers in Florence are subsidizing these rates from people who are, because they're having to assume more of the cost,
That's true.
although they're not using it. And so we're just trying to pass the cost on, I think, to the people who are utilizing it and finding the right balance where it's not punitive, but hey, if you're gonna use it and be more wear and tear, you pay more often. And so I think that's what, again, we lose money on all of it, but I mean, those people who don't utilize any of this, they're subsidizing everybody who's playing golf and who's playing tennis and pickleball and who's renting out the Coliseum and renting out the rec centers just at a higher rate. So I think we're trying to keep it down for the average taxpayer, that the amenity exists here, but we want those who are taking advantage of it to pay more of a share. Maybe that's the best way to try to describe it, is what I'm looking at. So we want to make all the amenities available to anybody, but the people who got more skin in the game of using them need to pay more if they're causing more to wear and tear. I don't know if that makes any more sense or not.
And running that, I mean, just upkeep on a golf course is a huge cost.
And that goes up.
And the more it's used, the more it breaks down, the more you have to put into
Oh,
it.
and just like, I mean, cost of equipment's skyrocketed, and this is me quoting Derek, our superintendent. I don't know that these numbers are true, but like COVID, a greens mower, or right at COVID, a greens mower, 35,000, 40,000. Now same greens mower 5 years later is 70,000. Just, you gotta wait a year to get a part. It's crazy. Which, I mean, COVID was a great thing for the golf course. I mean, golf, YouTube golf, it spiked. I mean, it was one thing you could do. So, I mean, that's, I think, been great for us, but the cost of everything else is.
Yeah. Okay, can we take this, we are running out of time, we're down to about 15 minutes or less. So, I don't think we're gonna have time to cover, pass fee changes, which it sounds like, is there a need to try to fee?
That's,
Yes.
More so on that
More
than the
so
daily
than the
rates.
daily
Yeah.
rate,
Oh,
so
for
you would prefer we,
Well, we need to do both.
okay?
That, we do.
Can we do it 15 minutes?
And I mean, I've said this before too, like, people have been coming in, Cypress Lakes, that's the nearest closest golf course. They increased their rates in October 24. People have been coming in every day since then, wanting to know when we were gonna increase ours, just because their golf course quality, very similar to ours. I mean, it's a great play, both are great places. They had a pretty substantial jump. We would still be below what they went to. But since they went up, people have been asking every day.
Even on the yearly rate, or the pass rate?
No, that's the daily, that's the
Oh, that's
daily
the
rate.
daily.
Yeah, their yearly rate, because I'm going to take the range balls off of ours. So without the range balls on theirs, it's $250 a month. They are already $50 more than ours.
Okay.
And I would not be surprised if as soon as we change ours, they change theirs. Like, I don't know that for sure, but I think that's something it would not shock me if that.
Why?
Scott told me they were $275 a month. I think Jackie.
Yeah, I think it's
With
272
range balls.
with range balls. I think it's like $250 a year if you add the range balls to your pass. I'm wanting to pull the range balls off of our passes simply because we have a great practice facility. It's on the lowest, wettest part of the golf course. We lose an insane amount of golf balls. And I just paid $5,500 for 500 dozen. Some of them get hit once and it's gone forever, just because we have a low-lying area that's just a bad place on our golf course. You gobbles them up. So I hate to say like I'm punishing people, but I don't want to give them a crazy discount on a bucket of balls. Because if you look, you say somebody paid 78 times, that's like the average times our pass would have been played. If they got a large bucket every time, that's 75 times $8 worth, but that's 75 times 75 golf balls that they're hitting. The math just doesn't.
What do you call the green fee?
Uh,
Do you have a green fee?
Yeah. So the green fee on this new sheet I gave you
Mhm.
would be that walking rate minus the cart fee.
Okay. So what if we did 5 on that, the green, and 5 on the carts?
I'm looking for 5 total. We're going from 45 to 50 is what I'm looking. I'm
Okay.
looking for 5 total.
I'm good with 5.
Yeah, and that first part is way more towards the golf cart, and talking about trying to get the GPS on the golf cart. That's to try to do that on our next cart lease. I think we're too late because this one's got a year left. I think we're too late now. We started talking about this over a year ago to get that on the current fleet of carts, so that might have to go on the next fleet of carts. But that's one of the things.
What if
Golfers-
we did 5 on that and 25 on the package?
Well, if the passes are a whole.
That 275 is really where those passes need to be. I mean, I would.
And I put in that sheet I gave you, I broke down another set of options for y'all to think about. If we did 165 and that be walking only, and then had a member rate cart fee of $12, so they would pay $12 for their cart. That was.
Every time they come?
That's option 4 on this. I gave you a whole.
Would that be per card this time or per seat?
Per seat, everything's per seat.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
everything's
even
per
that
seat,
would be
yeah.
an extra twelve.
Mhm. And the reason I say that, if you did that, if, say you had a golfer that played a ton, on the current system, if you played 24 times in a month, under the proposed rate, it would be $1,200 worth of golf. That, if we did the 275 pass, which is kind of what we're doing right now, except it's $200, I mean, they're getting a $925 discount. If we did this option, they'd be paying $453 for 24 rounds of golf, because they're paying their $165 monthly plus $12 every time they show up for the cart. If they didn't get a cart, they wouldn't have to pay. They just paid $165 to walk as much as they wanted to. That's still a $747 discount.
They're playing 78 rounds a year because they
On
know the
average.
value they're getting in cheap golf.
I mean, we have, that's an average, and the passes won't
Yeah.
always make sense for everybody. We have one person that played 3 times. That's an anomaly. The city came out well ahead on them.
Are you calling me out?
No.
Okay. I was close.
Yeah, what
I was
you-
close, yeah.
Um,
That was expensive golf.
But we have some that have played over 250 times. They paid $200 a month and they played 250 times last year. I mean, they're playing for $7 a round.
Yeah,
That's,
which is why they don't wanna give up their passes.
yeah, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, so I mean, that was another option. That also has every single person that has a pass, they have to come in and see me in the pro shop every time they want to go on the golf course. We have trouble with that now. If, say, Thomas and Lisa have a pass and they both know it, it'd be like, oh, we'll check them in there in the parking lot. Well, that's great, I'm glad you told me, but it would be nice if they came in and saw me in the pro shop every day. They're supposed to,
Yeah.
but what you're supposed to do, what you actually do, don't always align.
Alright, so I think the daily, this is the yearly pass, the daily rate, that's this one.
Yes, ma'am.
I think the daily rate increases that you have showing for that first column, I think are very reasonable.
Yeah.
And so I'm fine voting on that one. Do I have a motion on that one, Thomas, or?
I think, I guess I'm gonna say this, I hate to say it like this, but it sounds like the golf course is like a beauty shop. There's been a lot of talk about all of this, and we wanna leave we're gonna go over to Cypress, and I've had a lot of calls recently.
Oh, yeah.
Because they knew we were coming.
Yeah, okay.
And I hate that. I know you can see it, it was videoed and everything, and people, the community can hear, but,
For sure.
like, you know, I'm getting calls that, I'm gonna leave and go to Cypress.
That's-
And if you do, you do. I mean, that's fine, but
Well,
I'm just
I tell
saying,
people all the
I'm
time.
like, wow.
Yeah, I don't view soccer, I don't know how they view us, I don't view them as competition.
Yeah.
The number of golf courses in the area is shrinking, it's not getting bigger, and it will probably never get bigger. Golf is an extremely hard business, unless you're a resort or a country club. I mean, outside of that, the facilities are dying really because they're not money makers. It's very, very hard to make money. So you're not gonna see 3 new golf courses pop up. It's not realistic. So people threatening to go somewhere, feel free. I would love you to, because they're gonna have, when you go over there, they're gonna have somebody that comes to our place. And we'll love them all the same, you know, it just.
Okay, well, I'm ready to move on the
Motion.
daily rates. Motion by Chapel.
Question
Oh,
first.
okay.
The senior rate on the weekend.
Oh, yeah, we have to address this in the rate on the weekend.
I don't know what to think about that, honestly.
Those are the retired guys playing during the week and the people who are working during the day, whose only option is play Saturday and Sunday.
And it looked like, I pulled it up, looked like
It's the
year-to-date,
same.
not fiscal year, so last year-to-date, 2025, is about 60-40, and that's non-pass holders. That's just like people that came in, paid their daily rate, it was about 60-40, regular rate to senior rate.
Okay, so you're proposing that we move the senior rates are not available on the weekends. That's your proposal?
Right, on just Saturday,
But-
Sunday.
But the rate stays the same for everybody else?
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, well, no, yes,
For
yes,
the whole
yes,
week.
yes, yes.
Yes.
Right, it'll go to the new rate and it'll stay the same.
And it'll stay the
correct.
same the
Yes,
whole
ma'am.
week long, it's just that the senior rate will only be available Monday through Friday.
Correct.
Okay.
And that's, like I said, that's not something unique to us, or it wouldn't be unique. There's several golf courses doing it. Not everybody does it, but most of the ones that aren't doing it, they have an increase on the weekend
Okay.
already anyway.
Okay, all right, I'm fine with that also.
What you think,
on the
Thomas?
daily rates.
A second.
You second? Okay, so check. All right. And this is daily rates as proposed. With senior rate Monday through Friday. Yes? Okay, all right, so I think we are out of time, so I don't think we're gonna have a chance to go, we're gonna have to readdress, the passes. Wait on the passes, wait on the GPS system, unless we want to discuss GPS system fast.
I don't know about the GPS system, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, well,
That's a lot of money.
This one, I will say that I've spoke with Shayna already. The increase in the daily rates, a lot of that is focused on the card fee, and it would cover any increase that would be to the GPS. And that number is, it's $30,000. It's less than the amount of money in part-timers we really realistically need as starters marshals. And that's kind of what the GPS would do for us. We would be able to, from the pro shop, see where everybody is at on the golf course. If people are behind, you can direct message to their card. So it is a lot of money, but it's also money that if we don't have there, we really should spend in staffing because like right now we have one guy, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that marshals the best he can. People give him heck all the time because they say, well, he's not doing a good job. Well, it's impossible for him to do a good job as one person trying to marshal 18 holes worth of golf.
So
What about during the week?
We don't have one.
You got a music complaint on 18 at the tee box. Well, maybe you can still get it coming in. Maybe on the second hit. I mean, someone calls in, somebody's playing live music. You can pull up on GPS and go, that's card so and so. That's
Yeah.
Lee Peeton's out there playing again. When Lee checks his stuff in, I can go, hey, Lee.
There's a lot of perks to the GPS, and that's,
It would have some negatives too. It's not all positive. Like you can get false flags where it'll cut off when it shouldn't, but it also, for the main purpose, keep people from taking carts where they shouldn't, tearing out the golf course in places that the carts should never be. I mean, we can talk about that later, because like I said, I think it's too late now, because we've only got a year left on this lease.
So let's readdress that. I'm not saying let's not do it, I'm just
Yeah.
saying let's maybe wait, since we are gonna be doing, fee increases already, I would hate to have all the increases go to a GPS system. Plus, I do have to say, and this is just my humble opinion, that I would rather pay a person, to do a job than, so that we're employing somebody, than to have a computer or a system doing it, you know?
I agree with that
providing-
too, but the person couldn't do a tenth of the job. It's impossible, because the GPS will see everything all at once, and a person can never,
Yeah,
not even close. I mean, the GPS can tell you how many hours you have on a battery, so you can say like we got 68 carts, you can say, okay, carts 1 through 10, if we're going out way more than 60 through 68, we need to work on our rotation, because those carts are wearing out faster than, I mean, it's a whole lot of stuff that,
it does a lot of stuff. Do you
Yeah.
have?
We only have one marshal?
currently, yeah, our salary budget, I don't have the budget to have more, like, we're using what we got.
Do you have another thought on
I'm actually the same.
that? Wait on it.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine, but on that, like I said, that's technically, the passenger, also, it's way more important than that too.
The passes are way more
Oh,
important
yes,
than
ma'am.
GPS stuff, okay, all right.
My thing is, I think we should do this in a bundle. I don't know that we should. I know we need to do this or whatever, but we should be able to handle all this at one time, not keep on making this.
Okay, you wanna just
I'm just
push
saying.
through really fast and come up with the.
You think we need to go on the pass?
I think,
What's your
I think
opinion?
the pass is the priority. I mean, it's
The
much
pass
easier,
is the
yes.
priority. Let's do it then.
Okay, where are we at?
And then just table the GPS, because it's not necessary right now.
And like I said, I don't know that Yamaha could do it right now, because we have Yamaha cards, I don't know if they would be willing to. I know when I spoke to them the past week, so like 2 years left on the current lease, they said they were willing to swap them in. I didn't want to bother the guys when it was a maybe again. I did talk to them, they said it would be the same price as when I talked to them last time, but as far as putting them on for a year, and then having to switch them to a new fleet, I don't know where they would.
Table
GPS and
golf
golf cart
All
would cause
golf
more people to come and play golf at Blackberry, not less.
Yep.
It's worth it.
That's nice.
Yeah, the GPS is an advantage, an asset.
Because Thomas suggested that we maybe hold on the golf fees completely until we meet again and reevaluate on the yearly pass, where we push through it all now, so it's all
What is the yearly pass right now?
200.
It's 200 a month, and if you pay up front, you get a 5% discount.
Yeah, and it's 275.
But that's why I wanted you to look at
Right
that.
here, this
Yeah.
is how it is. This one's not correct. That's a decrease, but basically,
It's like a 45% increase for family versus the 45 to 50 on that sheet is what it's supposed to be.
so a single, well, this is what it goes at. So here it is, the single is 2,400, going to 3,300, 3,600, going to 4,800. I mean, that's the yearly price. That's a pretty big jump.
And I will say, part of the reason that it's a big jump like that is because we have people on that wait list that are, you know what I mean, the wait list is a problem. And I can't just open it up, because if we had 200, 250 members, all of a sudden, you're not a public golf course anymore, you're semi-private, and that's not what we're supposed to be.
You won't lose
That's
any
actually
people.
good.
going
You're the
forward.
chair, you decide. I don't care.
What I would say the biggest thing you always need to think about right now, and Mayor Tyler can kind of pitch into on his opinion, is that 275 was what we kind of threw out there. The 165 and then having a $12 cart fee, member fee, that's something else you can consider, because if you have played 8 rounds, so like you're a rounder or average person, that's actually gonna come in less than that 275. But if you're the guy that plays, or lady that plays 20 rounds, then it's gonna cost you more, but you've played 12 more rounds than the average person, so you probably should pay more than the person that's played 8 rounds on it.
So that's the option 2.
Option 4.
Oh, option.
All of these options on here, the first one on this spreadsheet page. Yeah, there you go. That top, you see the option, that's the 275 all the way across, and it's got the cost per round. So like if you did the 275, you played 24 rounds, you're playing $11 a round. If you did the option 4, like I was speaking about, that I kind of think is a good happy medium, then you're paying $19 a round, where we're looking at 50 is our daily rate. So you'd still be getting a $31 if you went up to that many rounds. If you played 10, it would be $29. You're still getting a $21 discount. So it's I mean, that still in itself is a good deal.
So it's just a big jump. It's just a big jump.
That's how I feel. I feel like it's a really big jump.
It is. I mean, it's comically too.
And
much.
extra
I'm good with
$900.
225 as of right this minute.
Oh,
Just, or if we need to,
The family jumps up to
To wait, we'll wait.
$1,200. The junior jumps $240 a month, and the walking rate jumps about 40. But I don't know. I feel like I need a little more time
That's
to
fine. I'm-
understand this.
I would much rather take more time than settle at
Okay.
225, because that.
And I
that
don't want to
will-
be hasty and make a really fast decision and not feel like I.
let's just
understand
wait.
it.
That's fine.
So we're gonna wait on golf, but we have moved forward with, rec center fees and Coliseum fees. We have time, you have a
Can we give you 30 seconds?
30 seconds, I mean, we don't have people showing up quite yet, so.
So we finished the pier project, we signed off on the last punch list this week, so it is good to go.
This is McFarland Park we're
That is
talking about.
Sorry. The campground, we had a couple week hiatus with the grant, but they are back working and going, so weather permitting, we would like to be open by June. But that's weather permitting.
Weather permitting, open by June, and the pier, but they can't get to the pier.
They cannot access the pier until the campground.
Until the campground's open, so pier and campground will open at the same time. Okay, and that's for, once the campground opens, the whole thing's open,
That's correct.
everything, there's no light. Not
Because
this
there's no
area.
way to get you to the pier without going through the campground.
Yeah, okay, all right, so June,
Okay.
hopefully, depends upon how rainy our
That is correct.
spring is, right? Okay. Okay, well, at this time, I think, is there any other comments? Any other discussion anybody wants there?
When do
Okay.
we want to meet again? Do we want to go ahead and try to set that?
Let's see. Well, we don't have Bill here, so let's, yeah, we'll reschedule once I can get it up to Bill, and we'll come up with another time. Okay? All right, so we will end the meeting. Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for being here.